Hey guys, Metal Driver here, bringing you another AEW Unrivaled review. Today I'll be looking at Series 2, MJF. So looking at the front of the box, you see an image of MJF. Then on the side, you see the AEW logo and another image of MJF. The back of the box features an image of MJF, his signature, and the event where this picture was taken. AEW Double or Nothing. Date May 25th, 2019 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then at the bottom of the box you see the rest of the figures that are in this wave. Alright, so now that we have looked at the box, let's go ahead and open this figure up and take a closer look at MJF. Alright, and here is Maxwell Jacob Friedman out of the packaging. But before we take a look at the figure, let's go ahead and look at the accessories that he comes with. Alright, so the first piece of accessory that he comes with is his scarf. So this is really nice. It's nicely stitched. It is a soft goods material. So I like that they went with this choice rather than a plastic one. Although a plastic one would have looked good, but I do prefer soft goods over plastic. So really nicely done here. I like how this looks. And then it does look good on MJF, as you saw through the window of the box and on the spinning display stand. The other accessory that he comes with is an AEW microphone. Now we have seen this before with the little bit of the bubbly Chris Jericho and the Chase Chris Jericho figure. So it's not new, but if you are like me who did not get either of those two figures or sets, this would be your first time getting a microphone for AEW. So this is a really nice piece that they included. Plus this goes really well with MJF considering he is one of the best heels in the company. So a good heel definitely needs a microphone to go along with the figure. Alright, then taking a look at the head sculpt. It is sculpted really well, looks just like MJF. The bang came out really nice on the figure. The lips look really good. Now they did go with this glossy pink look, so not really a big fan of that. It's not a big deal. It's just a very small minor gripe that I have. The eyes are painted well, the eyebrows look really good. His beard is painted pretty well for the most part. As far as line work goes, I would have preferred if they would have made it look a little thicker, because it does look pretty light, like a 5 o'clock shadow. But other than that, not a big deal. The hair sculpted really well, and also painted well. Does have that faded look, so that looks really nice. Alright, then looking at the torso. So aside from the improved skin tone from Series 2, it does look like he has a new torso at the very least. I think this is a new set of abs. It is definitely different from Adam Page, Jon Moxley, and the Series 1 figures. So that looks really cool. He's got his tattoo on his right bicep, painted really well, good line work. Looks really clean. His white wrist tape looks good on both sides. He's got a basic black elbow pad, no extra paint, just black plastic. Then looking at the trunks, they are red trunks. It's got this lion design on both sides. It is painted really well. It does not appear to have any mispaint or sloppy work. You do see the Star of David there, which looks really cool, painted really well. Same thing on the other side. So it looks like it's the exact same design as the tattoo, or at least very similar. Then on the back, you've got its initials, MJF, painted really well. Good clean line work, no mispaint. So really nice. And on the back of his knee pads, it's got a very similar design to his scarf. So it looks really cool, good paint on both. On the front of the knee pads are just standard black. Then looking at his boots, just some solid, got something fuzzy on my finger. Just some solid, black, basic, generic boots. Overall, really good. Really happy with the paintwork. Nice looking figure. Alright then, going over the articulation. So the head is on a ball joint and a hinge. So it does look that high up, which is pretty good. That far down. He can turn side to side and he can, well, he can't really tilt. Shoulder has a hinge that allows it to go that high up. It's a bit tight. Can rotate all the way around. There's a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and the range of motion is really good on this. He has a swivel and a hinge at the wrist. Now the hinge is pretty tight. So yeah, that wrist hinge was tight, so be aware of that. That does seem to be a running issue with all the figures, but it's an easy fix. Just run some hot water or heat it up with a blow dryer. There's a ball joint at the diaphragm which allows him to crunch that far forward, go that far back. He can turn side to side pretty well. Does seem to be slightly loose, so that's a little annoying, but doesn't seem too terribly bad. He can pivot pretty well, actually. He can turn slightly side to side on the ball joint down here at the waist, but it does allow him to crunch even further forward and really far back. So really the twist comes from the upper diaphragm, but that seems to be the case with all the figures from the Unrivaled series. And then before I forget, I did forget to mention he has a tattoo here, which is done really well. Alright, back to the articulation. The hips are on a ball joint, which allows it to go that far out, that high up, which isn't too high, so that it is a bit limited there. There is a thigh cut, double jointed knees, and the range is a bit limited due to the plastic of the knee pad. There is a cut at the top of the boot. Ankle has a hinge which allows it to go that high up, that far down, and there is excellent ankle pivot. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on the Series 2 MJF figure? Well, I definitely think this figure is better than you, and you know it. Sorry, I couldn't help myself with that. I think this is an excellent figure. Really solid. It was one of the figures I was looking forward to the most from this wave. I'm really glad I have it. The paint looks really good. I like the soft goods scarf that he comes with. He's definitely one of my favorite wrestlers in AEW, and I'm really glad to have him. So I think if you're a big fan of MJF, it's a figure you're definitely going to want to add to your collection. And if you're a fan of the AEW Unrivaled series, this is one you don't want to miss out on, especially in this day and age when you have a rare wrestler who is an excellent heel at what he does, and you get him in figure form. You're definitely going to want to pick it up as soon as you can. In fact, let me know in the comments section below. Do you think that MJF is the best heel in the business? Or do you think Roman Reigns is currently the best heel? Personally, it's tough for me to say. I think they're both great heels, but there's something really special about the way MJF does his gimmick. So I say pick this up, you won't regret it. Alright, and just to give you guys a heads up, I'm still waiting on my Lucha Brothers and Dustin Rhodes figure from Ringside Collectibles. They still haven't shipped out those figures, so I've only received half of Series 2. So I may just end up doing some other videos in the meantime until I wait for those. So hopefully I do get it soon, but I just wanted to give you guys that quick update in case you're wondering why I haven't reviewed those 3 figures yet. So if you like this review, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe so you can see more AEW Unrivaled reviews. Follow me on social media so you can keep up to date with all my wrestling figure photography. And as always, stay tuned till the end to see pictures of this figure in action. And I'll see you next time.
I'm better than you, and you know it.